Hey, good morning, everyone. March the 1st, 2026. How amazing now. What is this? What a dumb intro. Huh? Hey, was that a horrible intro or what? I didn't like it. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Happy March the 1st, 2026. March the 1st, 2026. I continue to say that I cannot believe how rapidly, man, how crazy this year is just smashing by. Uh, oops, oops, and oops. Didn't mean to do that. See, I'm trying to repost this space. Now, how do I do that? If you guys could just be patient with me, I am. Oh, there it is. How do you do that? Share. Share. I need to. Oh wow, we got lots of people coming in the room. That's awesome. Now I'm looking on X. This is good. If you guys could repost the space, that would be awesome. I will get out of here now that I know this is working and come back to here. Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing great. Hope the sound's good. Can you guys hear me? Let me get into my little comments. Got 25 comments, 141 people. See the difference in this room this morning already? Like 1 minute, and we got 141 people. Last week, it was like 500 people in an hour. It was weird. Anyway, Network Access Group. Check these guys out. They're awesome. Lavos, good to see you, buddy. Hooray from Phil Gain. Good to see you, buddy. Just Color a Day. Just Color Duboy. Good morning from Colorado. I bet it's cold there. Louisiana's in the house. Welcome, bro. Good to have you here. Good morning, Gary from Rich Leap. Look at this. We got our first I am, and of our 5845. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am in control of my destiny. Good morning, world. This is awesome. Okay, I'm going to give you a big fat star. That is awesome. Welcome to the room, ma'am. Anthony, good to see you, buddy. Good morning to you. Good morning, Mel. Mel, you are awesome. Thank you for reposting the room. And Fair Parenting Podcast. Good morning, Gary Cardone. Good morning to the UK. And good morning to all the people around the world. In fact, a moment of silence for the insanity that's going on this planet right now. We're bombing people, and people are bombing other people. And maybe a moment of silence for all the people that are being impacted. They didn't choose this. They didn't want it. They don't want it. They're innocent. I really don't condone these actions. This is insanity. Anyway, we can maybe talk about that in a bit. Let's get through the who's here, though. Jennifer's in the room. Good morning, everyone. Jennifer, good to have you. Richard 078, good morning, boss. Good to see you, buddy. Tim Boatfield, good morning. We got Patrick. Hey, man. Aloha from Hawaii. David Kiefer is in the house. What's up, GC? Thank you, guys. Who else we got in here? Richard 78, PJ Cow, Tim Blanche. You guys are awesome. Thibaswami's in the room. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I love the business guys coming in here. You know, it says a lot to me when the business guy, not that other people don't matter, but when the business guys show up here, I'm gonna poke something out there. Guys that are successful, they're in business, and they still show up here. It says so much about the character of this person. One, they're not full of themselves, uh, and they're still learning, and to me, that's really characteristics of a great person, is that they don't think they know everything, and they continue to be willing to improve. However, that improvement um, shows up or is relative or important to the way they believe in their life. Not everyone has the same goals um, in life, and not everyone has the same journey. We are going to talk about destiny today. We're going to talk about faith and destiny. Um, if you are here for the first time, I'd like to welcome you. Mark Kramer just walked in the room. He's been here before. But for you guys that have never been here before, I'm going to ask you to do a couple things. One, grab a pencil, a pen. I like pencils, graphite, but just grab a pencil or a pen, something that you're comfortable writing with, that you like to play with. I find some pens are more easy to, or pencils are more easy to doodle with, or just, anyway, grab a pencil and grab a book. Okay. You will need a book for your life. And I appreciate you guys that love your computers and your tapping, your texting, and the phones. But I find there's some kind of weird magic that happens when I take a thought, wherever I have a thought. We're just going to go ahead and jump in here pretty quick now, okay? What I'd like you to think about is, I'd like you to write down the word thought and ask yourself, hey, where do these thoughts emanate from? Okay? Because I think, I grew up believing, oh, wow, everything happens right here in my brain. I mean, not right here, somewhere inside of this thing. I'm supposed to have this calculator that does all this. Now, I don't believe that today, okay? I believe that actually my decisions are made. How do I say this? I think it's worth drawing a picture of yourself, actually. Hey, where do you start and stop? Where do I start and stop? Now, you notice I'm writing this down, okay? Why? Because I think this is really important. See, I'll say something out loud to myself. This is what I really love doing these shows, because what I'm doing is I am contemplating, theorizing, hypothesizing, maybe even philosophizing. Sorry, guys. I'm philosophizing, theorizing a construct, a thought. Hey, does Gary Cardone start and stop with his physical presence, or am I less than my physical presence? Could I possibly be less than my physical presence? Possibly, I guess I could be. So if I'm this big, could I only be a portion of that, or am I all of it? And if I'm not a portion of it, does that mean that I'm more than just this mass, this whatever this thing is? I think I actually go beyond my physical beingness, my physical atomic structure, for lack of a, but like, I don't stop right here. And therefore, I don't think my imagination stops there either. And I think imagination, I'm going to write the word imagination down. I don't know why I know what words to write down, but I do know these are connected. Okay. Where do I start and stop? And then I'm going to ask, okay, well, I have an imagination just like you do. I use mine very actively. I would encourage everyone to use their imagination extremely actively. Like, what danger is there in using your imagination? I, on a scale from 1 to 5, how active is your imagination? Like, I can say to myself, "I am highly imaginative." Okay? I am a great, imaginationer. Okay? Like, this is the difference between, as far as I know, all other organisms and us. I have the ability to grab a picture from nowhere, a picture by, I mean, imagination of the future, and I get to create it. I get to decide what pool I'm going to swim in. I get to decide what book I'm going to read. I get to decide what music I'm going to listen to. Therefore, I should be able to decide what frequency that I stick my nose into, right? My imagination, can my imagination get accelerated, or is there anything that can act as a catalyst or a fuse to light the fuse of my imagination? Now, why am I harping on imagination? Where do I start and stop? What I'm trying to do is use the concept of the imagination to pose the very question I'm asking. Hey, where do I start and stop? Well, is my imagination happening in my brain? Okay, I don't think so. At least it's not for me. Okay, it's not for me. I don't know exactly where it does start and stop, but I'm quite certain it is not with this eyelash or eyebrow. And what is an imagination anyway? What is that? Is it an energy? Is it a potential energy? Is it true electrical energy? Is it some kind of frequency? But it's something. It may not have much weight, but it has some charge. It has some value to me. It's my imagination. It's no different than a dream, except I'm actively engaging my imagination. I said I'm actively engaging my imagination, actively engaging my imagination. I am not, however, controlling what comes out of that imagination. Right? I don't need to control the imagination. I need to let my whatever look, I imagine having this big ranch with this beautiful river running through it, a vista of the mountains, a cool climate, not too cool, not too hot. Okay, I imagine all that. And where did that imagination come from? I even see me sitting in a field, standing in a field, drinking a cup of coffee, and feeling the wind hitting my face. Okay, slightly breezy, 54-ish, sunny day. Where does that imagination come from? It comes from something other than a book. Okay, it's not coming from a formula. It's coming from something inside of me. And I can choose to look, I didn't imagine Mars. Okay, I imagine this ranch, a river. You're going to imagine whatever you imagine. The point I'm trying to make is that we are all very, very unique. And my imagination, I have tapped into very, very small parts of it yet. And instead of me trying to control it, I most certainly do not need to try to control this. What I need to do is learn how to harness it. Okay, like harness it. I don't mean control it, but to be able to understand it, to be able to flow in it. Like I get into an ocean, I don't fight it. I get into an ocean that's 300 feet deep. I don't start going, hey, I'm going to fight 300 feet of water. No, I need to figure out how to relax and stay afloat. I need to chill. I don't need to fight the ocean. If I fight the ocean, I will get exhausted and I will sink. If I relax, if I understand, hey, this ocean is made up of rivers that got here through wild journeys, right? It wasn't perfect straight line. In order for the water to end up in the ocean, it started at some top of a mountain and it went through creeks and had dry days, had wet days, had good days, had bad days, but it ended up in the ocean nonetheless. I am part of this whole frequency and rhythm, okay? My imagination, I believe my imagination is just me tapping into everything. And nor can I explain why I might choose one imagination over another. Perhaps it's all social, okay? Who cares? The power to be able to imagine a scenario, okay, a future, actively do this, to actively engage my imagination, but not control it. To not do this would be like me having keys to the kingdom of freedom and great prosperity, wealth, and richness beyond beyond my imagination. And yet I don't use the key. It's absolutely free. Okay. You cannot buy this from Facebook. You can't buy it from Google. You can't buy it from the US government. It is yours to use or misuse. It is yours to tap into for 4% or all of it. And that's the facts, okay? Like there is no problem too big that my mind and my imagination cannot confront and tackle and deal with. I really believe that. I think that when I get into trouble is when I've lost my way. I'm fighting the river or I'm fighting the ocean. I'm no longer tapping into the imagination, okay, into the create part of me. Went off on a little rant there, okay? Now, if you guys could repost the room, say I love you to everybody around you, be nice to people. Okay, let's get our imagination, our frequency level up. I was asking myself the other day, I said, hey, why are you doing this, dude? Like, why are you doing these shows? And it's, the right thing to do is the right thing to do. And it doesn't have a caveat on it. It's the right thing to do is not, hey, the right thing to do is the right thing to do as long as it's convenient. Or the right thing to do is the right thing to do as long as I'm feeling like should be doing it. The right thing to do is the right thing to do. Yeah, but Gary, there's not enough people here. Okay. So I don't want to do it. The right thing for me to do is to show up here and to get in the bloody river and figure out where this little journey is going to take me. And quite frankly, just when I just said, hey, I need to figure out where this journey is going to take me. No, I don't. What I need to do is be on the journey right now and just like be right now in the now, be authentic. When I get lost, okay, when I get lost and confused and I'm in the river and I don't know why I'm at this juncture and it's painful or it's lonely or it's dark or it's got mosquitoes or whatever is going on, I hate, right? Sometimes I just need to like level set and go, okay, what gets me out of this? One thing I do know is that me lying, Lying, me telling myself fables and make up stories and rationalizations is not going to shorten my journey. It is not going to make my journey less painful. It is not going to make my journey more clear. It is simply delaying the journey that I must take. Okay. And so what do I do? What I do is I go back to the one principle, bing, bang, 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 dilly dong, never fails, ever, ever, ever. Hey, what is true for me, Gary? At this moment, when I'm freaked out, when I'm lonely, when I'm lost, when I'm angry, when I'm being critical, I just get back to one thing. Oh, wow, am I being authentic, dude? What is authentic here? And the more I can get authentic, if I can just go back to, wait, I'm in trouble. River just got rough. I don't know what's happening here. I am not the brush. I am the brush. I am not like the creator. I'm simply the brush. I need to hang on. Okay. I need to do my job, which is to imagine that I'm being authentic. I am authentic. I tap into, hey, what's true for me? And that calms everything down. Okay. Then I go, okay, I know what I don't need to chase. Okay. I need to understand where I am. Why am I freaking out? I'm not going to control my imagination. I need to tap into the imagination that takes me to my solution. See, I think the imagination will bring me to the solution that I'm looking for, or that I need to be, or that I'm destined to be, or that's I don't know. I don't know if it's chosen by me or chosen for me. It doesn't matter. What matters is that my imagination is free to take me wherever. It's an imagination. It's literally your blueprint to create your future. Yet we spend no time doing this, folks. No time. If anyone did all 7 mornings this week, I am Gary Cardone. I am a leader. I am a great leader. I'm a great speaker. Every morning and every night. If you did that, cool. Takes 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. That's 140 minutes. 20 minutes a day. Yeah. Yeah, it's 140 minutes a week. 140 minutes a week. 1 hour and 20 minutes a week. Nothing, okay? 1 hour and 20 minutes a week out of 186 or 176 hours. Imagination is so powerful. It requires no mass. It has unlimited amounts of energy. It costs me no more to access a complete wild imagination than it does a really boring one. It costs no more in time, money, or energy to access a most fabulous, freaky, crazy, neon, black-lighted, multi-dimensional, stereophonic freak show of imagination, or the same amount of energy can get you boredom, mundane, gray, depressing, anxious, worry, all which hide under a need to be in control, which is really fake control because you're so out of control, it's ridiculous. This is so easy. My imagination, I do not need to control. And by the way, I won't be able to. It's bigger than me. Wow, that's wild. Is my imagination bigger than me? I think my imagination is actually bigger than me. And how could that be? Okay, sorry, Benedict. 2 hours and 20 minutes out of 176. What a Huge commitment. The dedication required to access the greatest equipment on planet Earth requires 2 hours and 20 minutes of training. Oh my goodness. Dude, how many hours did one of you freak shows stay in your MBA program? Huh? Your MBA program from wherever you went. How many hours was that? Um, See, I know this is so right. I never thought I would be sitting here 2 years later going, "Wow, the imagination is the deal, dude." Your ability to imagine, okay? That means all I have to do is get a book, I get a pencil, and I start writing, "Hey, I am this, I am that." And I start shaping the color I am, the frequency I am, the harmonic, and I start creating things out of thin air. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. Okay, I have so much faith. I get so irritated with extremely religious people that go, "You just need to pray more." It's like, dude, I said my prayer. Okay, the prayer is the right thing to do. Gary, is the right thing to do. That was my instruction. I have been given my assignment, man. My assignment is to show up here, be authentic. Seems like very few people can do that anymore. Be as authentic as I possibly can. Run this exercise. I am imagination. Okay, that is what I am. I am imagination. Okay, I am literally creating myself. Every characteristic I have imagined, and then I emulate or I project to the world. Hey, this is who I think I am, okay? I get to decide who I am. If I'm wearing my pants down below my under undies, okay? Like this is who I am imagining I am, okay? If I got my pants pulled down, if I got my hair, if I'm, walking like I'm on crack, I mean, this is who I am imagining me to be. Okay, what part of the river are you in? I want to be in the part of the river at some point. Okay, I appreciate having to pay my dues and having to go through an adventure and being stuck and being grindy. But sometimes maybe my imagination is taking me to the wrong damn river. Okay, look, this is a funny, freaky world, right? The truth is, I have two choices, and I don't think anyone most of the people in here, the few people that are here right now, 970 people, don't really understand why these rooms are so small. Maybe we're losing it. Okay, how many people in the X room? Um, I don't know why these numbers bother me so much. It does bug me. 890 people. See, I don't really understand that. Um, Anyway, see, I imagine there to be 8,900 people here. Now, where am I headed? 8,890 people in here, 900 people. Very few people have ever heard what I'm getting ready to say. I'm not sure I'd ever really thought about it in this way. Imagination, can we agree? My imagination is senior. My imagination is senior. My imagination about who I am and the world I live in is senior to everything else. Okay? Because I think my imagination drives me to my actions, my doingness. It also my imagination drives me to my actions and my reactions, my response to other people who also have an imagination. Oh, my imagination's conflicting with someone else's imagination. We're going to have a little battle, only if they're conflicting. Okay. What is the point I'm going to? You either get to choose your imagination and shape it. Okay, so I'm going to say something that may offend a lot of people in here, but let's imagine that you're on a floaty boat your whole life is a floaty boat, one of these little donut air things, and you're on a river, one of these river rafts, and that's your life, okay? You have imagined your life on this river. At this juncture of the river, the water's either fast or slow, boring, exciting, warm, cold, whatever. The question is, did you imagine your journey or did someone else imagine it for you? Because, which I know, because the truth is, I'm either creating my imagination or I am living in the imagination of someone else's movie. Wow, now that's frightening, okay? I really think, because if you're not living in your own imagination, whose imagination are you living through? Huh? And I am certain that 98% of the people, including myself, misappropriate their imagination so vastly, they have literally allowed other people's imagination to take over their entire lives. We need to get into active imagination, folks, okay? And that's what I'm doing here. I am actively imagining. I am, amazing that the word I am spelled backwards, I am. I imagine who I am. I am in control of my imagination in the way I say I am not controlling my imagination, but I am in control and I am imagining my life and my future. I am creating my life and my future and everything around it. Oh, by the way, I am expanding my imagination beyond the limits of me physically. You're going to figure out very, very quickly, okay? Like, what do you guys want from me? Do you want Gary to have a really strong bicep muscle? Or would you rather me have a unbelievably powerful, uncontrolled imagination? Do you think that me having a robust monster imagination is good or bad for you? If I have a huge, massive imagination and I can actually start and I show people that I can create my now. First off, my now is going to be so cool. When I'm in my active imagination, now is fun, isn't it? I'm not thinking about yesterday, dude. I'm thinking about, okay, you know, I have a higher frequency. It has nothing to do with these numbers. It's a higher frequency. It's doing something else. I am a highly harmonic frequency. Now you can laugh at me and go, hey, he's not saying all this right. You know what? I love not saying all this right. I'm shaping the imagination to have real stuff on it. Okay. I want ridges in it. I want to have a little mistake. Hey, do I really believe that? Do I believe that I can imagine everything? Because if I can't imagine everything and create my life, what the heck am I doing here? Okay, I should ask myself very, very powerfully, wow, man. First off, my physical body is less important than my ability to imagine. I think that's true. I think everyone can agree that the world will value more from my imagination being expanded by 5%, 10%, 30%, or 100% than my bicep muscle. Can we agree with that? Okay. Can we agree that we don't need any more? We need more imagination. The world needs more imagination, not less. We need more. We need more people tapping into their unique imagination. Which, by the way, now I think about it, wow, if I'm tapping into someone else's imagination and what's possible, all of you people that go, oh, wow, yeah, but you're rich and you were able to do that. It's not possible for me. That is your imagination. You're imagining that you are less than me. Okay? You're imagining you were less than me. You're imagining that That's not your role. You're imagining that it's my role to be the leader. Okay. And it's cool. I appreciate you guys smashing me with the leadership role. It helps me. The river flows more when you're like, wow, I'm aligned with Gary's imagination. It makes it easier for me. Okay. But the truth is, I really want y'all's imagination to be fuller, bigger, stronger, because one, it's going to make this river wider. Okay. It's going to make it used more, easier for other people to get into. Look, we have been dumbed down here. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and blame anybody, but I have the opportunity right now to light my fucking world up. Okay. I can light this light bulb up. This light bulb has no lumen max on it. Okay. It has no lumen max capacity on it. I am the one that is dimming my light. I'm dimming it or I'm turning it up to 10,000 watts. It's up to me. Am I brave enough to go into this journey of self? Like jumping on the back of a dragon. Imagine in the mythological days of dragons and all these great adventures. You jump on and you hang on. Okay, you get into the adventure. The adventure is what life is. If I look back, in fact, I would ask everyone to look back on their life and just do a snapshot over the last. I figure people here about 40 years old, maybe average age, but just look back and go, hey, like when you were, there's a lot of strife on the planet. There's a lot of difficulty. There's things that we go back and look at and oh wow, that was really painful. But really ask yourself, okay, if you really look at it, have you been in a river? Have you been in on a journey and it like it was all supposed to happen? Like I don't know very many people that are still looking back 20 years going, man, that was just if you're holding on to that, you're not imagining the future. You're not imagining freedom. You're not imagining your ultimate, infinite, unbelievable capacity to be much, much more powerful than we pretend to be. Pretend, by the way, is a fancy word for imagine. A guy goes on, Tom Hanks goes on to a movie set and pretends to be someone who has been imagined for him, or he imagines. You get it? We're pretending. How about we pretend to be real? Okay. How about we how about we do some authentic pretension? Okay. Maybe a little goal this week. Hey, walk through the week starting today and go, I'm really going to be authentic. Okay. I'm going to be more authentic than I was yesterday. Authentic, by the way, means first and foremost, you do not need to start vomiting authenticity on your girlfriend. You do not need to prophesize to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or whatever how authentic you're going to be or how authentic they should be. The authenticity that you need to deal with is the authenticity with yourself. Okay, so if you do the dumb thing and get a bloody sketchbook and you write down things like, hey, how authentic am I from a scale from 1 to 10? I think I'm around. I mean, see, it changes for me. I can give you situations where I am not as authentic. I get a little nervous, right? It is important for me to understand when those situations are, okay? So write down how authentic are you and that you're going to be more authentic today than you were yesterday. And the thing that I want you to be authentic with is not your wife. I want you to be authentic with yourself. Okay. And when she asks you to, hey, you want to go here and do this and do that, and you didn't really want to, you know, Are you being authentic? This becomes really challenging. See, I think it's actually easier to do this if you're single. Trying to do this with two people, especially two people that have come together from other people's imaginations. Their imaginations have been sculpted by other people's imaginations. And then they're imagining and trying to imagine their authenticity and their freedom. And, one guy's authentic two times out of 10, and the other person's 4 out of 10. Listen, it is really difficult to be authentic with another human being. Hey, honey, you wanna have sex? No, not really, man. Not really right now. Okay, I'm painting. I'm doing something else, or whatever. Hey, let's go to dinner. I could really just stand to be here for another 2 hours and finish this book. Anything like that, right? And I'm not trying to be, oh, I'm selfish. Am I? Am I saying that? I am selfish. If I look back on everyone I have ever met in my life, I don't know anyone, including myself, that spent enough time with themselves, getting to know themselves before they engaged in another dynamic. And seems to me like that's backwards. I wished I would have done this a long time ago beforehand. This is why I really love this super hack. Okay, this I am thing is really, look, this is not my idea. This is simply me. I don't think this has been sold very well, this super hack of I am. By the way, I've been thinking a lot about, if you guys want to listen to somebody that's really, really awesome, Alan Watts is one of the most prolific, thoughtful philosophers of our time. I don't think he gets enough credit. He's a very heavy thinker. I would encourage you guys he's on YouTube. He's dead now, but he's got a lot of recordings out. Really encourage you to listen to him, Alan Watts. So active imagination. I'm either running my imagination or something is running it. Okay. You, David Kiefer, have to decide, and you need to write down, hey, wait. Other people are in control of my authenticity. Okay. I own some of it, but I'm letting other people influence. That's really cool to know. It's not the end of the world. It's good to know. Okay. All of a sudden you start getting authentic with yourself. Oh, wow. My thoughts aren't really my thoughts. This is a huge thing. Okay. And doing the IMs, I actually plundered onto this and was shocked because I'm like, wow, man. Am I controlling my thoughts or something else? Last week we went through this. Hey, do not think of a pink elephant. Okay. I told myself, which I'm supposedly have the best compute system on planet Earth, unbelievable amounts of storage, energy forever and ever, doesn't require lots of reboots, nominal amount of input. Yet I tell myself I don't think of pink elephants, and it's not allowed for the next 14 minutes. And I cannot not think of pink elephants. Now, why is that? But more importantly, not so much why. I need to recognize, oh, wow, I may not be in total control of my thoughts. Okay. Like, who just whispered in my ear, hey, nobody's here listening to you, dude. Nobody cares about this show. Where is that message coming from? Because, by the way, that message is not a written text message. That message is not a verbal human being yelling in my face, okay, like I have this image. It is literally a packet of information that just shows up, boom. Ain't nobody gives a fuck about you, dude. Authenticity, imagination. Nobody's going to listen to this shit. You're not making any headway. This is what this cat says, okay? If I really wanted to get carried away, okay, I could probably go identify at least the character that embodies this voice. Not voice, but it's a package of information. This is bullshit. You're wasting your time. Now, the more I go do that and say it and repeat it, the more irritated I get. Even though I know, hey, this is an example. It's an example that irritates the shit out of me too. Instead, what I need to do is go, bro, dude, you need to imagine what you're doing, okay? And you need to get authentic first. See, I can't get to the imagine unless I get, oh, no. My core thing is I'm going to be authentic here. I'm not going to get, I don't need to control the imagination. I need to, what's true for me right now? Take a breath. All right, that's right. I need to be authentic, man. This is hard. Even talking about it, because what am I doing? By me communicating this thesis out is no different than me trying to build a formula on a piece of paper going, hey, does this math work? And every time I get back to this, it's clear to me that if I can tap into me being just really me, and not being who you want me to be, not being who I think my mom might have wanted me to be, or who I think you want me to be, therefore I will be okay. If I can just be, hey, this is tap into me, the nuclear power station of me, that's faith, okay? That's me honoring whatever this God thing is. That's me going, okay, look, I'm going to really just go all in on this trade. I'm going to go all in on being authentic and imagining that I can create a world using my frequency. I can create a world that's free, that's karma rich. Okay, what is my motive? I think it's really important for people to know, hey, what is my motive for being here? Dude, I'm uncomfortable when I don't do this. I am more uncomfortable when I am not authentic than I am in learning about myself. I am much more uncomfortable spreading myself thin than putting myself on one piece of bread. Okay, like I do not understand why anyone would want to be great at 30 things. I don't think you can be great at 30 things. I have imagined that I cannot be great at 30 things. I have imagined that I cannot be great at 30 things all at one time. I've imagined that I don't have an IQ high enough to do that. I've imagined all these limitations on me. Okay. But I've also imagined that if I do something in high concentration, if I do not waver from that, if I do not get lost in distraction of other things, if I just really focus 100% of my energy into one area that's big enough to carry my energy, it has always had massive impact. Massive impact. Okay. This is me burning the bridge from the past, which is what I do when I show up here on Sundays. I am burning the bridge to everything I knew from the past. This is not cool. I should not be doing what I'm doing for the world I came from. It's just not consistent. I am doing it on purpose because I'm trying to break this. Hey, I'm trying to break one-dimensional thinking. I am much more than one dimension. Okay? Boom. I have the ability to adapt and to learn. I have the ability to imagine, which is even more important, dude. I can imagine. If I can imagine something, I can learn to be great at it. I love pictures. You know, I really, really like things that I can see, touch, feel. appreciate. This is a 20 cent. I could have probably bought it from China for a penny or two. This is a little cheap throwaway paintbrush. And, very interesting, right? You spend a little time with a tool and you start to realize, wow, it's got a lot of little things going for it. I have a lot of little things going for me. The question is, am I sticking my brush in the right paint? Am I trying to paint a canvas that's already painted? By the way, that is not my expertise. Hell, my expertise isn't even painting an unpainted canvas, right? But why would you want to paint on a canvas that someone else created? Okay. And the painting for me, like, this has been really, the whole thing, me painting and doing this has been really fascinating, but I learned so much from the blank canvas. I mean, what got me started in that, first off, was I realized that I never liked picking up a canvas that had already been painted and then redoing it or trying to improve it. I don't like that. And I watched someone else I knew that they're excellent at copying and mimicking. I mean, brilliant. But give them a blank canvas and go paint something that doesn't have structure to it, and they seem really confounded. That brought me to a thesis, and I looked at my business, and I'm like, wow, every business I've ever created had one employee, me, when it started. Every one of them. They were all blank canvases. I'm a blank canvas guy. Okay, once I knew, wow, I love blank canvases, what I had to do, by the way, I think you like blank canvases too. You're just terrified of them. Because why are you terrified of them? You ain't never been on one, man. Artemis. The canvas that I'm painting on has Mom, Dad, Bob, Mary. Dude, the canvas is full of shit from some other people who, by the way, never spent an hour going, I'm going to be authentic today. Yes, I'm gonna see if I can be authentic. It's unbelievable that we have to, hey, I'm gonna be authentic today. This should be a natural thought for us. We shouldn't be having to think, shit, dude. Let's do a temperature reading on authenticity. Crazy. That's how I got into this thing. I'm like, shit, there's 12 people on the planet that are authentic. And Mother Teresa evidently isn't one of them. Okay, so like, wow, that's a shortage of supply. Gary knows the deal when he sees one, okay? You show me a shortage of supply with only 12 people on the planet have a characteristic, and I'm like, okay, I'm interested. Authenticity is the most rare commodity on planet Earth, the rarest treasure on planet Earth. There's zero shortage of it. I mean, there's zero supply of it. Seems to be little demand for it also, which is really amazing. If there was greater demand for authenticity, we wouldn't see half the shit we see. Listen, I am going to drop my body, this little body that I live in. I guarantee you, without a doubt, my core goal, my core thing is, dude, I will be as authentic as I possibly can under any and all conditions. Like, just saying it's really scary. Okay. Saying is like, that's a big commitment, dude. It's a no-brainer commitment. Come on. It's stupid to think that we would do anything else. We just got lazy, man. We had our parents get lazy. We haven't ever done any of this stuff, okay? We got stuck in the material universe. We got stuck in, how do I look? What do I sound like? How much money do I have? Am I relevant? This is why all these billionaires keep building up more and more business. Like, dude, they just want to remain relevant. They're so empty. Like, when I have to go do a business, to remain relevant. When I have to go and stick my nose in some finance meeting and spout off, I feel like I have to say something just to remain relevant. That's not me being authentic. It's me wanting to be relevant and wanted and liked and or hated or someone pays attention to me. I'm acting like a child. I mean, if I'm going to act like a child, let's get kid-like, okay? Let's start imagining, okay? Let's really imagine a different world. What could possibly go wrong? Like, seriously, if we had 800 people in here, shit, dude, I'm going to spend an hour today imagining. It sounds like work, okay? It is work, man. It's work grinding through an ocean, trying to swim in an ocean you don't even belong in. You know how painful that is every day of your life? Swimming in an ocean you don't belong in. You think it's an ocean. It looks like a damn toilet to me, and it might be a damn quicksand pond. You know, you don't even know what you're like. You're swimming amongst all your friends, and they're fucked up. And this is why I got, you can't be here and not listen. You cannot, excuse me, you cannot launch a rocket, escape gravity, hit a no vacuum, frictionless environment where you can really boogie and still hold on to all the baggage, okay, that got you on that you collected on Earth. And the baggage is the baggage in here, okay? Your friends, your dad, your moms, your doctors, your philosophers, your religious teachers that lied to you. And that can't go with you, man. Okay, when you escape gravity, they can't go with you. So how the hell can you imagine? How can you create an imagination that allows you to operate in a material universe called planet Earth, 21st century, whatever the fuck this is? Excuse my language, not really. Listen, on the curse words, okay? This is a family. I love having families here, your sons, your daughters, your dads and moms. This is not a church, okay? I mean, it's I'm not trying to be disrespectful anyway. However, the universe I live in, 4-letter words do not impact the big guy. Okay. Like he just doesn't care about 4-letter words. In fact, he has given me carte blanche approval and liberty. Use 4-letter words as I like, with the intention, authentically, to only make the story a more improved story. So that's all. That's all. Not trying to offend anybody. And by the way, if you're 18 and you haven't ever heard the F word, welcome to the authentic world of the 21st century. Glad to have you here. Now that we know your little 4-letter word, Sherry's been burst, then now we can move on with real life. Okay. So I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, authenticity seems like it's a 4-letter word because we spend so little time talking about that word, but we will spend a lot of time talking about war, Iran, Iraq, Israel, America, this Trump, this president, that president, this asshole, that asshole, this guy, that congressman. And not one of them have a shred, a gram of authenticity. If you're out of work, if you don't have a career, if you just got divorced, if you just lost your girlfriend, if you just lost your dog, your cat, or your squirrel, you today, right this second, can start being authentic. Use authenticity as your core operating principle. Go through your list of losses and spend the day crying and being angry and upset. And then you can wake up, you know, tomorrow morning and say, okay, well, now I'm Gary Cardone and it's Monday and I'm going to be authentic today and I'm going to quit blaming everyone else for my problems. I'm going to step out into my imagination authentically. I'm not going to lie to myself. I am going to start seeing how much of my imagination. I am going to begin exercising my imagination muscle. Okay. All girls go to the gym 6 days a week. All you guys lifting the heavy weights, eating all the steaks. Imagine bigger. Okay. That's what I need you to do. I need you to imagine a lot bigger. By the way, if you imagine something, if you imagine a picture, if you imagine, I'll tell you a story. I've been writing for most of my life. Every time I've hit a wall, I pick up books and I start writing. I am. Do not censor this. Do not censor this tool, okay? You can't censor this tool. You can't censor your authenticity. Do not censor what comes out of the tip of this pencil. When I pick up a pencil, my job is to write what I write. It is not to censor. Oh, wow. I am training. Okay. Or whatever I write down. I didn't really say I am training. I had another thought and then I translated to I am training. I need you to write down exactly what it is that you're imagining. I'm 27 years old one day. This is a true story. I'm maybe 28. And I'm looking around the world I live in my little competitive universe. And I realized that every one of my bosses, everybody that I compete with at my office, there was about 12 people there, 12 men that were my competitors or seniors. And I realized, oh, wow, we're all the same age. And I was one level under most of these guys. And it dawned on me, hey, I am never in this company. I'm never going to it's going to be hard for me to, and it's going to be a long journey for me to move up. I'm writing all this. I'm writing down, okay, I'm in a competitive landscape. I need to get an edge. And I write down, I am running an energy business in Europe. I look down on the writing. I'm like, what? Where the hell did that come from? I thought about scratching it out. I'm like, no, I'm just going to leave it there, dude. It's cool. That's cool. 3 months later, a British company bought 25% of our company. I write down, I am running an energy business in Europe. 3 months later, a British company pays $250 million for our company, for a stake in the company. And the only reason they were buying the stake was they wanted to learn what we had done to the US energy market so that they could make sure it didn't happen to them. 6 months later, I would end up in London and I would spend 10 years in London. I would come back here a dozen times in 10 years. I will have built 2 businesses, multi-billion-dollar trading operations, ended up owning all the storage in the United Kingdom, bought it over a lunch table. All from me writing down, I am running an energy business in Europe. And I didn't scratch it out because it didn't make any freaking sense to me. Look, do not underestimate the universe, dude. You're the one underestimating the universe. It ain't me, it's you. Okay. Write down what comes out of this fucking pencil. Okay. Write down what comes out. If you start using this, you will be amazed at the traps and limitations that I place on my own imagination. I tone it down. Too much noise, too loud, too crazy. Okay. Who thinks I'm crazy? If you think I'm crazy, could you repost the room? Okay. If you think I'm crazy, please repost the room. Say, Gary is off his bloody rocker. Other question is worth asking. Hey, the guy with the imagination, the guy with the crazy, crazy, crazy imagination, do you dig him more or less than the guy with the boring imagination, the less exciting imagination? Huh? Which is it? Because, I do not think that anybody's going to pick the boring guy. They're going to pick the crazy guy, man. Okay? Like Will says, crazy imagination is rad, dude. You can't get crazy enough. I temper mine down all the time. I go do a painting and I'm like, oh, I can't show anyone this. Okay. This is insane. It's the one I like, man. I have paintings in here no one likes. I love them. I mean, I look at it and go, wow, I can't believe you guys don't think that's just fucking sick. That is sick. You know what? It's crazy sick. Okay. They just can't get there right now. They don't get into, I get into, who cares? Who should care is, it took me 60 years to do this, folks. It took me 60 years to realize, wow, my imagination is unbelievably powerful. It doesn't require anything other than me to stretch a little bit, to get out of my normal frame of reference. Okay. It requires me to do things like, hey, who is thinking this? Why do I live here? Who chose this place? What frameworks, thoughts, and reasoning went into me choosing the life I have chosen? It wasn't you, dude. You had nothing to do with this. It's me. I created all of this. The good and the bad. And I'm telling you, I have underestimated, I have underutilized, I have not even acknowledged that my imagination was the most powerful thing I had. Wow. Here's a great I am a massive imagination machine. Now, this is not perfect, okay? Oh, I'm an amazing imagination machine. Okay, I can refine that, okay? I am an amazing, my imagination is vast. Okay, I tap into all of my imagination, the parts I don't even know anything about. Remember, we have spent our life figuring out how to use a shovel, how to use a pencil, how to use Excel, how to use Gmail, how to go to the gym, how to drive a vehicle. Okay, we have spent little time on, wow, dude, how can I tap into my imagination? How can I tap into more? Okay, I tell you what, I will do anything. How do I tap into more? You will not have noticed this, but very, very seldom do I put questions in my writing. I don't know why, but I don't. I just noticed because I just wrote down probably one of the first questions I've ever asked myself in this book. How do I tap into more? Okay, I just said, hey, man, I'm going to tap into more. I know there's more. Look, I have 110 voltage outlets here. In another room, I have a 220. The shit that runs on the 220 ain't going to fit in here. Okay, it's a generator. It's a monster generator that runs this house if everything else shuts down. So if I have different voltage for different equipment, Have I tapped into the voltage that Gary needs? Has Tim Blanche tapped? Is Tim Blanche tapped into a 110 when he needs to disconnect from the 110 and go into a 220 or a 440 or 880 or whatever there is? That's usually been my problem. I'm plugged into the wrong fucking net, man. I'm plugged into the wrong frequency. All I have to do is go, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be in that business. Boom. Remove myself from the electrical charge. And oh gosh, no, I can't leave that electrical charge till I find a new electrical charge. This is the rationale. What are you talking about? You're dying over here, dude. You're dying. You're a 220 volt. You're sitting in a 110. You're not even utilized. You're bored to death. All you do is get complaints about how you spike from time to time. So, you know what? Maybe you need to suffer from the low buzz you're getting, that little low attention buzz you're getting, because you're not worthy, because you're scared to go into the 220 and compete with the real boys. Maybe that's it. Shit, I don't know. I will talk to myself any way I want, including shaming myself, to get myself into a better position. I need to change the frequency. Sometimes I need to actually disconnect myself, go through the shock of shit, I have no power whatsoever now. Even dirty power is better than no power. Dude, I have to be uncomfortable. Okay. If you're going to say, I am conscious, I am aware, I am authentic, and you think you're not going to get uncomfortable, okay, it is the very discomfort you must go through. I know this because there isn't any authenticity on the planet. See, you can't sit there and go, well, I got $1 billion and that solves all my problems. It doesn't make you a better human being. It does not mean that you've tapped into your imagination. You may have tapped into somebody else's imagination and it was a cool cat that's got $1 billion, but he's not happy. He's unhappy. He's fucking empty as a ghost. He's going to die just like I die. And like, I actually believe, I'm willing to bet 1,000 futures. I'm willing to bet 1,000 futures that I will have a better life in the future if I focus on what I am imagining today. And I don't care how rich I may seem or not seem. I don't care how poor or broken I may seem or not seem. It is my belief, and I'm betting everything in my future, like future 1,000 years of my life, that one, it is better to be good than to be cheap, bad, and mucky. Makes me feel better, okay? I don't like being a scumball. Two, I have an imagination that I don't even know how to use it properly. I don't. I probably know how to use this bloody thing better than most people, and I don't even know how to use it. Why? Because I've never used it. I barely, not covertly, not overtly, okay? Not really aggressively, overtly, like, this is a muscle, dude. This is the most important muscle I have. I am Gary Cardone, unique in every way. Why do I continue to behave as if I am not? Why is it you are unique, one of one, a unique, specific DNA spectrum, radiography, electric charge, frequency, and you haven't tapped into it all? We have a whole planet that nobody's going to sit here and say, hey, we have too many authentic people. Like, this is a no-brainer. We've tried everything else. We've tried diet pills and brain pills and this drug and that drug and every adventure and HR departments and SAT test and school and that. I am a one of one and spend so little time studying me. I have not read my own operating manual. I spent probably 30% of my life looking for some woman that I could plug into. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with a woman. I want to plug into her energy, right? I've yet to even figure out what energy I am. And I'm trying to plug into someone else to make me something, either connected or what. I'm going to tap into their imagination. Shit, dude, I can't even handle my own damn imagination. These shows are hard. See, not having the feedback is good, but also not having the feedback. I don't know where it's going, or if it's appreciated, or if I'm on point, or if I'm saying things too often, too over and over and over again. Destiny. I wrote down earlier this morning. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not sure if I believe that I don't believe my future is written out. If it is, then I'm just jacking around with why would I have all this ability, even if I don't use it? Why would I have all this ability, capacity, and then just be, okay, this is really somebody else's. This is somebody else's mock-up of what my journey is. I think I get to decide what my journey is. I think I get to create my journey. Or I get to not create it. I get to let other people's imagination of who I am supposed to be. I see this on Spaces all the time. It's fascinating being a twin, really. It is, because I think I see projection, but I think I see more of the projection that other people put on people. Usually because they don't want to project it on themselves. But the point I'm trying to make is, I believe that you and I believe that you and I are the world that we communicate to the universe and ourselves is not 100% founded on what I actually believe and who I am. My beliefs actually, where do they come from? Or are they sound? Are they based on fact? Are they based on any kind of reality? Or are they based on what I have been taught, what I have been schooled on, what I've been programmed to believe, what other people who had limited authenticity and limited imaginations chose to share or shared with me? Got to remember, I'm not at source. Okay. God's not sitting in my room giving me the playbook, the perfect playbook. There's 18,000 Bibles out there. And so there's not one playbook. And do not tell me there is one. If there is one, I will pay whatever it costs to have the original one. If you have the original document that shows me the playbook, send it to me. I will pay you however much it's worth. My thoughts, I just want you to look. I just want you to, when you're driving down the street today and you have that crazy little thought that pops up in your head for no reason at all, ask yourself, hey, where did that emanate from? Where did that thought come from? And then you start asking yourself, hey, am I in control? Who is driving this boat? I am an F-35. In fact, I saw these jets doing crazy things today, and all the war porn that you're seeing on X. Hey, you want to get fucked up? Watch that stuff all day long. That's bad frequency, okay? And it's not like, hey, I'm not suggesting that you don't look at anything, but like it will mess me up so bad. It will make me think, oh, it's not even worth it. Okay. Yes, it is worth it. It's worth it more today than any other time. Like we should be pushing a positive. Like I need everybody to imagine. I'm imagining that 1,500 people, 1,800 people in here, like actually start taking this shit seriously. Okay. This has taken me less than 18 months to understand. It's actually taken me a lot longer than that. This would be worth it if it was my whole life journey. Okay. I have really learned so much. Literally, this one book has taught me so much. And it's lessons, it's no time at all. For the value, okay, I'm talking about my future. And the funny thing is, I'm going so far out into my future that I actually end up right now. Oh, wow. If I do the right thing now, my future forever, I believe, will be unbelievable. Because I'm actually doing the now. I'm not thinking. See, as soon as I get into now, this is my solution, man. Everything. Okay. As soon as I get into this bullshit about, hey, there's only 1,900 people in here, I'm not in now. I'm into, hey, what's wrong with this place? What's wrong with me? Well, there's not going to be anybody here next week. Does anybody enjoy this shit? Dude, hey, you know what? There's Prometheus is here. The Blanche is here. Lucas Nash is here. Why am I treating you guys like shit? Worrying about where the other 10 people are. Now is all I need to do. Now I need to be authentic. Okay. Now I need to tell the truth. What's the truth? It's just my truth. It has nothing to do with the truth. It is my truth. Okay. It's what I am thinking. It's what I am receiving. It did not emanate from me. I don't even know where my imagination comes from. I mean, for God's sakes, man. I don't know where these thoughts come from. So it seems quite obvious to me that I probably should do some self-investigation. Instead of worrying about how flawed Sergeant Major is, instead of worrying about, that Bob made this stupid comment the other day, just because my daughter's struggling with what she's going to do, like it's her imagination, it's not mine. I cannot make her do this. The struggle, if you're in friction, if you're in high conflict right now, if you are in arguments, war, depression, if you're struggling with other people all the time, if you're critical and you don't like other people, I don't believe people that don't like other people are habitual. I don't like other people. Sometimes other people are assholes, and you just get to a point where you're like, hey, dude, I don't like other people. Okay. They're just there. Why would you like anyone that's not being authentic? Can I please get an amen on that? Why the hell am I prescribed, required to like people when they're not even authentic? Dude, I don't want to hang out with people that aren't authentic. Fuck off. I can do that by myself. I can pretend all by myself. Now, that's all I care about right now. If I do the right thing now, tomorrow's going to be awesome. It's got to be right, right? So if I'm you and I'm sitting in that chair and I'm like, okay, I've listened to this cat for, 37 Sundays. He's not stupid. He is making some sense, but what am I supposed to do right now? What you need to do right now, if you figure that out, wow, why the hell would I spend any time or even shame myself over not liking people that aren't authentic? You got to look around and you got to do an inventory. Immediately do an inventory of who's around you and who you are around. Okay. And if you can't get the physical people identified as to whether or not they are helping you with your imagination or they are your imagination, they've created everything about you, they limit you, you allow them to create the box that you live in. Don't tell me that you don't have it either, because I'll put you in a couple of conditions. I'll put you in boredom and see what it's like, see what you do. And then if boredom doesn't do anything to you, I'll put you in a highly competitive environment. And one of those two things is going to show, oh, wow, I have things to learn, because I have an imagination about what it means to compete, and I have imagination about what it means to not compete. And neither one of these imaginations are correct. They're not correct, okay? They're imaginations. And there are always going to be imaginations until action is taken toward the imagination. Until I do this, communicate to it, hey, Gary, I am going to use you. I am going to become like you, the brush, for 2 hours today. And then I've taken my imagination. Hey, painting's kind of cool. Look, I'm the brush. Okay. Why do I carry? Notice what I do to myself. I keep these around all over the place. Why? Because, and I touch them. I play with them. Okay. I like the way they feel. Make my little hand tickle. Dude, I'm getting comfortable with my equipment. I'm getting comfortable with these are my buddies. Okay. This is what I do right now. Okay. I'm upset. I get obsessed with tapping into one thing. Like it's how I spin myself up. Why do I know that? I've been like studying myself. I can trick myself now. It's okay for me to trick myself, but it does show that I'm a very complex composite, because I'm literally playing games with myself. I am learning to manipulate my own persona, right? Like if I know I have a weakness, which is I hate learning new things. I hate it. All right. Well, I know that. And then I got a trick, man. I trick myself a lot. Okay. This is not a hard thing to do. I went to lunch the other day. I grabbed 3 or 4 of these pencils. I don't know why I was doing it, except I'm carrying pencils with me. Stuck them in here. I had a coat on. I go into a restaurant or something, and some lady or man walks. Hey, are you an artist? I'm like, why would you ask me that? I have all my pencils here. Of course, dude. See? Oh, wow, dude, I'm getting into it, man. Okay? I'm not doing this for show either. I'm doing it. These are my tools. These are my tools. So I'm just surrounding myself with little tricks and tips to go, hey, you need to go do that again. Okay? You need to go paint again. You need to push through. I started a painting last night, and I'm like, dude, I should not have started this. This is a gigantic painting. It's a disaster already. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I am so into it's going to be a fucking train wreck that I can't get into the now. I just need to, it's cool, man. Take a breath. Okay. Painting ain't going anywhere. Unlike me, I'm not going anywhere either. I think my canvas is going to remain pliable, and I get to keep expanding this canvas. Cool thing about being a being is I have endless canvases to actually create. All right, I'm going to wrap up here. I hope you guys can forgive me for my nails and my hands. My hands and nails always look horrible because I'm horrible on them. I found myself a little, oh shit, I don't know if this was a good show today or not. Sometimes I know when they're smoking hot. I'm not trying to be smoking hot on these shows. I'm trying to be authentic. Okay. I'm trying to also share with you the confusion and the thought process. Like I actually like going through the, hey, is this real? Should I postpone doing the right thing or should I just go do the right thing? See, when I say it like that, it's like, dude, just do the right thing. Okay. Doing the right thing to do is the right thing. Okay. A couple of people, I think it was Jennifer, someone who's Teddy, a buddy of mine, took the initiative. Thank you, bro. Took the initiative to create a little software program. He started stripping some of the IMs. If you guys like what we're getting ready to do, we're getting ready to put up some 1 minute, 30-second little clips. But someone in the audience said, hey, we need that clip on a loop. Need chapstick really bad. That says, the right thing to do is the thing to do, right? The right thing to do is the right thing to do. And it's so simple. Okay. The right thing to do for you is the right thing for you to do right now. Okay. The right thing to do is the right thing to do. There isn't a second right thing to do. There is a right thing to do, and there's everything else. And you know what it is. Like, it is not complex. Okay. It is not complex or difficult to understand. Oh, what's the right thing to do? Well, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, Wouldn't want anybody attacking me and my family. Okay. I mean, I hear you. Okay. But the right thing for me to do is to be a man. Okay. Stand up and at least say, oh, wow, authentically, I'm scared to do the right thing. I'm scared to talk about this war that is utter bullshit. Okay. I am a little nervous to get exposed as being anti-war, anti-American, and anti any other fucking flag that kills people on a regular basis. And that would be the white and blue flag. Okay. God dang, dude. Okay. I don't care if you're Italian, Jewish, Mewish, Scientologist, a radical liberal. Dude, I don't care. Don't fuck with me. Don't try to bomb me. Don't hurt me. Do whatever you want in your life, but don't hurt anyone. And if you are hurting anybody, fuck off. Okay. You should be like, the whole world should come against you. Okay. I will authentically say the whole world should bury anyone that's constantly or even every now and then doing this shit. Okay. There are a couple of gangsters in charge of doing this shit, and we should fucking terminate them. We should put specticide or whatever Roundup on them and let them boil. It's ridiculous, man. See, they don't want you to tap into high frequency. This noise, this is why I'm bringing this up. And I did say I was going to finish, but look, you know the reason no one does this, right? Because you're being bombarded with negative energy. Back to what's his name? Tim Blanche. I was saying Tim's got his voltage stuck into 110, but he's a 220. Dirty energy, man. Wrong energy. Frequencies messed up, right? So I got to disengage. I have to disengage from all the transformers and all the things around me and go, hey, am I even on the right circuit board? The people around me, I have to inventory the people around me, folks. If I'm messed up, if you're messed up right now, if you're depressed, if you think, oh, wow, I just go hang out with Gary and that'll solve everything. Okay. Any of that crap, dude, there is someone in your universe that is making it okay for you to believe that you are less than what you are. Okay. And if you smash a bunch of adulation onto me, go, wow, look at what he's doing. Isn't this cool? I wish I could do that. You can do this. Okay. You can do it better than me. You may not do it better than me tomorrow. Okay. Hey, I listened to guys like me when I was 21 years old. I was like, wow, man. I remember listening to 5 or 6, motivational, success, thrive to drive, drive to thrive, think and grow rich. I mean, I studied this stuff since I was like, wow, one day, dude, if I could communicate and educate in the manner that these men, the Alan Watts of the world, wow, what greater gift for a man to have than to be able to help raise another man up. I can't imagine a greater skill. I cannot imagine a greater gift to be given to be able to do that. And when I say Norman Vincent Peale, I'm like, wow, dude. Who cares about these CEOs at banks, man? These guys are giants. Wrote books that made sense. I could read them. I could study them. Well, guess what, man? I wasn't ready to do that when I was 21. I'm ready to do it now. All that information is kind of like, it's all just like fitting in to this really complex life that I've had. This really, and it will fit into your complex life, okay? Your attention to your discomfort, and I am going to end here. I want you to start being, I am aware of my dissonance. I am aware of my discomfort. Say that, okay? Write it down. I am conscious. I am aware. Look, you're already uncomfortable. You're already uncomfortable. Write it down. I am conscious, okay? You will become a little bit more uncomfortable. And all you have to do to get out of the discomfort is to be authentic, okay? Just answer whatever questions is making you uncomfortable. If I'm critical, I go toward the criticism and I find out what the fuck is going on with me. Me, not them, me. Wow, why am I being critical? If I'm being critical of something, it means I have a solution to give to someone. Otherwise, I should probably not be critical. If I have a solution, why am I not bringing that solution to the table? I am either part of the problem or I am part of the solution, period. No non-negotiable. I am either part of the problem or I am part of the solution. If you cannot answer the question, I am part of the solution, you are part of the problem. I choose to be part of the solution, not a part of the problem. It's a decision, man. Like there isn't anyone I know that I am part of the problem. Okay. Acknowledge it, gangster. You will get off of that shit so fast. Okay. Join my army. I am part of the solution, and I could use quite a few members. Now, I do what is right now, and tomorrow is going to be okay. That's a great prayer. I don't need to say 37 prayers. Okay. I am now. I do what is right today. And if tomorrow turns out like a pile of shit, I'm proud of what I did today. Okay. I must have made a mistake tomorrow because there's no reason for me to put great energy into today and I have a horrible tomorrow. And by the way, one tomorrow doesn't count. Okay. You should embrace that there will be difficult moments on the journey. It's the only time I learn anything. I learn nothing when it's comfy, man. I'd like to get to the point where I could learn something that's comfortable. I just had a thought in there, came from this side of my body, but I won't share it with you. It was a very intimate, private thought. What I just said, I was like, wow. But I wish I could be really comfortable just without any kind of noise. Maybe one day, maybe one future. Who cares? Okay, right now, I got this little low hum. I got to go listen to the hum. I got to talk to the hum. Don't hide from the hum. The dissonance, the criticism, the discomfort. It is the path Okay. Everyone wants to take the shortcut and go, okay, I'm not going to address my hate for this. Like I'm in this relationship and like, dude, I don't like this partner anymore. This is not good for me. My garden is dying here, whether it's a business partner or whatever kind of partner. It could be, hey, my dad's a bad guy. Dude. Like that can happen. Okay. You cannot possibly be in a poisonous environment and thrive. Okay. Just being authentic. Hey, acknowledge, oh, wow, I have a brother that's like, he's not good for me. Or I have a sister that's not, it's cool, man. You don't have to, they're just in your universe. I just got to clean my universe up and start taking responsibility for me. And that I am using this much of this much. Okay. I'm one of one, pretending to be one of many. I am unique in every way. I have a very, very finite shelf life in this particular format. I tap into 3 or 4% of my ability max, and I'm worried about how flawed you are. Joey Bitcoins down there says, change is hard. And I would say, dude, not changing is even harder. Not changing is even harder. And what's even harder is, wow, imagine not knowing yourself your whole life. That you live 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, and you look back and you're like, wow, like, whose life did I live anyway? Did I really, 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 really do what I wanted to do, or did I do what other people want to do? Did I shape the life for me where I was able to throw a rock into an ocean and create a ripple that lasted for something more than 3 minutes? Okay. I'm going to ask you to go out and do something really nice for somebody today. You have 12 hours, okay, 11 hours and 48 minutes, 11 hours and 48 minutes to go out and do something extremely nice for someone today. Pay for their lunch, buy them give them $50 to take a car, help somebody with the groceries, okay? Help a guy on the side of the road with a flat tire. Be nice to someone you don't know and do not take credit for it. This is a super hack. It is the only cost of showing up on Sundays other than the time you put in here. These are recorded, by the way. You're welcome to send them out to anyone that you like. Be nice to someone today. Don't take credit for it. Okay. Put it in your heart, somewhere in your chest. Okay. I've actually tithed to the universe today. I have made my offering to the universe for the world to be a better place. I'm buying a ticket to a better rodeo. I'm buying a ticket to a better theme park. Okay. The theme park I live into called Planet Earth is going to be, I imagine this to be a world where other people are freely helping other people. Because the right thing to do is the right thing to do, and the right thing to do is right now. Encourage each of you, get a book, get a pencil, start writing daily. I am Tim Blanche. I am Daddy Carr. Okay. I am Gary Cardone. And by the way, you're not just your name. Okay. It is a label. Just like I am ADHD. These are labels. They are meaningless other than they restrict you. Okay. But I am Gary Cardone to identify I am a one-on-one man. Okay. Like I am a freak show of a miracle. I mean, just that I showed up in 1958 and that I'm still here, that I haven't died, that something else didn't happen to me is staggering. like you're a one of one. Stop acting like you're one of 8 billion. You're not one of 8 billion. You're one of one. Every sunset, I live in this crazy place and I have these beautiful sunsets. And I look at every sunset and I'm like, my God, I will never see that sunset ever again. Okay? And never. Happens one time, boom, gone. And by the way, my perspective of that sunset is totally different than the guy next door to me. Perspective. I look to the world through the lens of who I am, yet I do not know who I am. It is my job to become authentic, to be as real and true to self as possible so that I can be as real and true to the world. That my solutions have some value long term, that my energy is able to, dance and weave with your energy to like spin it up. Like let's spin the energy up instead of drilling it right down into the core of the universe. And everybody gets all heavy and shit. So look, I'm going to ask you to go out and have a great day, repost the room, do what you need to do. Hey, if you guys could subscribe and turn your notifications on. People are complaining that they're not getting notified of these rooms. Would really appreciate if you guys could. In fact, I'm going to ask you to do this. Okay, 2,000 people, 500, whatever, however many people in here. If you guys could just pick one person that have never seen this show, grab a copy of it. It's easy to copy. Email it to them. Send it to them on their phone. Say, hey, man, you're on the plane this week. You're in a car. Turn it on. Listen. Welcome everyone here. Any and all religions, atheists, non-atheists, believers, non-believers, truth seekers, truth tellers. Everyone is welcome here. I love the power of humanity. I love beings. I love organisms, life, birds, fairies, angels. I believe in wonder. And, imagine if we could all get back to the way we were when we were children, with imaginations of beauty and fairies and magic. Wow, what a fucking great place this would be, right? So, hey, listen, you guys have a great day. I got 2 hours on the big boy. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate you each. Thank you very much.